Okay, Wolf, it is your turn. Wolf needs to make another Constitution saving throw.
That is a 6 total. Yes, 6 total.
Your wolf is slowly being choked to death now, and
Very good.
is now
I would say it's quickly being choked to death.
with the tendrils creeping in under its skin. It is seems to be bleeding to death.
Crawling in my skin.
Copyright strike 2.
uh,
Actually,
so,
3. I got one earlier.
so do I still get to attack or no?
Your wolf is in a position unable to attack. It is being quite literally wolf handled. Manhandled?
Okay.
Something like that.
Handled
Okay.
by a man.
So its turn is effectively over.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I just needed you to make that Constitution save. If you'd pass, you'd be able to attack.
Well, I didn't make it, but I did.
I needed the wolf to make one. Anyway, Ethereal.
I shall attempt to beat him with my staff.
Beat him. Do it. You need to move in closer to do that.
I will cast Magic Missile.
Ah. Good.
Magic missile is just literally just throwing the staff.
Catch!
Just yeet.
As a level 2 spell, which means...
Little magic missile.
Yeah, this is too many dice for me, or too much math to do in
wait.
my head.
I forgot moves down.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm consistent.
That's actually really high damage, all things considered. That's
I think that's 22 force damage, if I did the
Yeah.
math right in my head.
yeah, that's
And that's
22,
3
alright.
magic missiles?
4.
4 magic missiles.
Four.
looks like.
Yeah, 4. You blow 4 relatively small, all things considered, holes through his body. And he's just getting more and more annoyed that his body is slowly, literally being blown away. You see holes. Actually, you don't, because there's darkness behind him. You would see holes in him if you could see behind him.
I can.
Wait, yes, you all see Annabelle on the other side of him. Through his body.
Oh,
Fabulous.
hi Annabelle, how's it going?
Omiwashi.
Mikos! Do your worst! His hand is occupied, blocking your moonbeam from touching him.
You can't just block a spell. That's illegal.
Wait, that's illegal.
What'd you say?
Stop, you have violated the law.
You said you can't
Mikos,
just block a spell. That's illegal.
Shadows.
You can't
No!
cast that. That's illegal.
Guy is very clearly.
But for a visual reference, you have a moonbeam completely surrounding him. He's holding his hand out and covering the entire radius with like a plate of darkness above his head. The moonbeam's still happening, but it's not touching him.
Point is, I think one of his 2 arms is occupied, and that seems to be a big deal.
I got a 24 total.
What is this, a physical or a magic? Wait, never mind. 24 hits both. Go.
24 hits, right?
Yes, 24 hits.
Okay.
Damage types, please tell me.
The 10 and the 4, that's slashing damage, and then the 2 is
The 2 is what? Radiant?
Radiant.
radiant.
Radiant, okay. Again, and this is your lance, right? You're attacking with your lance? Seeming lance. Your lance, again, pierces his body to seemingly no effect, but the radiant damage, he doesn't like it.
Not a fan.
It's his turn. He looks at all of you, spinning his head around on his shadow body, looking at all of you individually. Interesting.
What did you say you cut out?
Am I cutting out for everybody or just Galarian?
I think just Galarian. I can generally hear you. Like, there's the occasional, like, little bit, but...
Rox was just confirming that you are indeed attacking with your lance.
Yeah, because I don't got much health.
Okay, yeah, the lancing happens, but on his turn, he looks at all of you, spinning his head around as if his body is not actually attached to his head.
Well, my turn's
And,
not over.
oh, okay. What else
I
are you
have an
gonna do?
extra attack.
I have a really dumb idea on my turn.
Grab his head and spin with it.
I want to grab his head and run away.
That's a 25 total.
It's a hit.
What did you say, Brock?
That's a hit. Yes, hit.
Successfully.
Something seems to be wrong with the internet, Galarian, because I'm not breaking up for anyone else, it seems like.
Like, it's only you that I'm experiencing problems with. Everyone else I can hear just fine.
That's
I don't know why.
hilariously inconvenient.
Very weird.
That's an 8. That's an 8 on the
Okay.
radiant damage. Oof.
Is that your turn, Galarian? Or Mythos?
Yeah.
He, once again, does not like the radiant energy flowing through his quite dark body. On his turn, this time for real,
Is
he
it time
looks
for
at
the
all
big-
of you, spinning his head around as if it's not attached to his body. And, he speaks. This group is interesting. Very interesting. He, throws a coin on the ground, seemingly made of shadow, and starts to fade away. Him,
With
not the
what
coin.
hand?
The hand that was doing the goop thing is no longer considered doing goop thing because she pulled it off her eyes.
Ah, right. That happened, didn't it?
If she didn't pull it off her eyes, it would still be doing goop things. But he
Yes.
tosses a coin onto the ground in the middle of the party, and he himself starts to fade away. That's his turn. Vex, it is your turn. He is every second fading
Okay.
further and further out of existence.
Well, I think I'm gonna go with my original plan, because it sounds funny. I want to try and grab his head.
Okay. I think I'm gonna need pretty nice athletics to specifically jump and grab his head.
Alright, sounds good. Nah, I'm using, like, the extendo arms.
Still need athletics for that.
Where? Alright.
And bugbear extendo arms.
That is a 22.
Okay. You grab his head.
Okay, follow-up question. Is there any, like... So, we're in a temple.
Yes.
Is there any, like, holy water in this area?
Unfortunately, no. Nobody's been in this temple for many
Well,
years.
there is
and
holy
any
water. There
that
is
would
holy
have
water.
been
There is holy water.
Where?
It's on Mythos' person.
Okay, that's not like a pool of it though, or like a
Any
basin.
holy water that would have been in the temple in specific spots it would have evaporated away by now.
Okay, I'm sticking with the original plan. I'm just gonna I'm gonna disengage and back away now.
Can
I
you
disengage?
have his head,
Yes.
but you cannot disengage from him because you're holding him.
Okay, they are attached. It doesn't come off. Darn.
No, you're holding his head, and it's not a part of his body, but both are disappearing, and both seem to be him at the same time.
But I can't move away.
Well, you could, but he'd still be with you. You could disengage from the body.
I think that's
Yeah.
what he wants. He
Yeah,
wants to grab the head and
I
run.
want to have the head and be in a different part of the
Okay.
room.
I guess you can.
I assume the head's still fading, so this is probably going to amount to
The
nothing.
head is still fading, but it seems to have a strange amount of mass for something that you can clearly see through at this point.
I mean, I can't do anything to him. I'm assuming he's just going to leave, so I'm doing science. I stand by the statement. I'm going to disengage from his body and carry the head away.
I did not expect that.
Always expect the unexpected, the DM, and then embrace the madness.
Hey,
You
Vex Sauce,
like this turn
Michael
of
here.
Vex, is that your turn?
Yep, that's my turn. That's all my actions.
Annabelle, it is your turn. His body is fading before your eyes, and one of your teammates has ran off with his head.
I'm guessing he's still not covered in shadowy goodness.
No, he is shadowy goodness and covered in yes, but
Excellent. Then I have advantage on this attack.
mm-hmm.
Because that's how Shadow Blade works. If I'm in darkness when I attack, I get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she will begin stabbing him.
Does Shadow Blade count as a magic attack? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it does. Okay.
It's a spell, I'm pretty sure. So.
Okay. Then do your attack.
Are you sure I can't have inspiration for something?
I'm very sure at this moment you have not done something that is truly inspirational.
Snake eyes.
Ah,
Snake eyes. That's an attack and a half. Okay, is that your turn?
I don't think I have. I mean, I could teleport again, but that seems kind of unnecessary. So, yeah, that's all she's got. Freaking snake eyes! I finally get to attack. Snake eyes. Very
At
good.
this point in time, Celosia, before you even get your turn, he fades away completely, leaving nothing but the unhallowed ground he stepped on.
my jaws clamp over empty air.
Yes, his head fades and your arms collapse, or your whatever is holding it, like come into themselves because they are suddenly not holding
0
anything.
out of 10, worst cotton candy ever.
It has a very smoky flavor. Or it
So-
would have.
Mechanically speaking, did this guy get reduced to 0 hit points?
No,
Okay.
I did not. This guy is a.
Well, no. The reason I ask is because the hound lasts until I get to 0, my target gets to 0, or it hangs around for 5 minutes. That's why I asked.
Okay.
That was the scripted unwinnable boss fight.
Well, he would have stuck around for longer, and you could have maybe got him to 0, but you did 45 damage to him, and he hadn't yet done his magical, hey, I'm a smoke thing yet when you did that. And that hurt a lot.
Well, as he fades away, the girl, who looks to be no older than probably 15 or 16, lets go of the shadowy blade that is in her hand as she sort of looks up at the group. And she opens wide her mouth as she begins splitting apart into shadow, going back into the coffin, and after a few moments, Annabelle stands erect where that thing once was.
That big bad cost is still on the ground. Still radiating shadow.
Get the broom and dustpan and just sweep it up.
Annabelle looks down at the bit of desecration and looks up at the party. Well, it's been nice keeping company with you all. I shall take my leave. And with that, she heads into a room of the temple.
What?
Have fun, I guess. Bye.
Mythos is gonna like poke at the little thing on the ground with his that's radiating shadow with his lance.
It moves around as you would expect a coin to move. Looking closer, you see a symbol. A symbol that you recognize as the symbol of the Pack of the Raven. You also know what this coin is from previous experience.
Some sort
This
of
is what you call a favor token. Each cult has one.
some sort of calling card, perhaps.
You have gained one favor with the Pact of the Raven for being amusing.
Okay then.
Well. Fascinating.
Of course, you could just leave the coin here and nothing will happen, but
I mean, that sounds like the smart thing.
Nah, just put on the altar.
I
I'm
feel
sure,
I feel like at this point we already have their attention.
so having a favor probably
Being able
wouldn't
to
be
throw
a
a
bad
favor
idea.
token at them probably doesn't cost us. Although I would search the thing for any sort of like latent spells.
if anybody wishes to, they can make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Mythos is just gonna toss it right to Ethereal. It's like you're the one with magic.
Oh yeah,
Figure this out.
I can cast Identify and stuff like that.
There you go.
All right, give me 10 minutes.
I'm just gonna time skip 10 minutes happened.
Oh, I've cast.
10 minutes! Ethereal. This thing is quite magical, but nothing other than magical. It has magic, but it's just
No trigger to
that.
delayed
It's
effects.
no trickery, nothing. It's just magical.
No trigger to delayed effects.
No. It is, other than being surrounded by eternal shadow, a normal coin.
It's a funny way to describe it.
So you could put it in your mouth and you have like these awesome smoke effects coming from your mouth at all times?
I mean, you
Man,
could,
think,
but why
think
would
of the
you
movies we could make.
why would you want to be Tokyo Ghoul?
Why not?
Okay,
looks
I'll,
like we
I'll
got-
make sure
hey,
and mask
we-
drops for you.
It looks like we got our group cosplay next convention.
Hey.
But
By the way-
this coin is effectively one favor with this cult. You have proved amusing and are now on their radar. Good or bad, up to you.
Mythos is going to find Annabelle. She got some splaining to do.
Annabelle, yes!
Hi.
Is everybody gonna go with Mythos, or is it just Mythos?
I mean, he's going off without even saying a word. So.
I might like linger behind out of curiosity, but I have no interest in talking to Annabelle right now.
I have a magic item in front of me.
And then?
If it's probably sounds like it's gonna be Mythos and Vex in the distance. Nobody else has said anything, so we're gonna go with that. Annabelle, you are approached by Mythos.
She ran into a room and shut the door.
He's
And
gonna knock.
give me a second. Occupied.
I know. May I come in?
No. Besides, I suspect you don't really want to anyways. I think best we make our separation swift and painless.
Considering what happened, that's not enough.
Then what will you do? Seek vengeance against me?
No.
What do you want?
Well, considering we all saw what that what was inside the coffin, I believe we deserve an explanation of some kind. However brief or swift, I'm not asking for you to go into detail.
Do not think you wish to know.
What was that you said?
I do not think you wish to know.
Well, considering the fact that we have pretty much all been set on a path to that put us right in the pathway of such darkness as the Court of the Raven and a genocidal maniac bent on world destruction, I do believe it's best if not many secrets are kept between all of us.
I am unsafe to have as a companion. I am not trustworthy. I do not think us continuing to stay together would end well for anyone involved. But I will agree, I suppose, an explanation is indeed at least in order.
Can I assume that Celosia came in for this?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
But they are talking through a door right now.
Yeah, we are talking through a door.
Okay.
Yes, I agree. I think an explanation is at least in order. However
may I
painful it
come
may
in?
be to provide.
So may I come in?
No, I will be out in a moment. You hear something slam and some soft shuffling, and the door opens, and she's standing there. Pardon me, I shall explain to the others what just happened, and then they shall make their crit call and shall shun me.
I think you misunderstand people. If you don't mind me being honest.
He looks over. I cannot imagine or fathom why anybody would want to keep the company of such a dangerous companion.
That's what Mythos is going to say. So she said like why anyone would keep such a some person as a companion. Mythos just gonna like kind of cough and then point to Vex.
Vex is just gonna wave.
Please, allow me through and I shall explain, and then I shall part ways from your company. You shall have to find another to fill my role. And she will try and move past Mythos into the main area.
Well, he's not blocking her way, and then
Very
Opportunity.
good. Then she will come out into the main area, and she's visibly shaken and a lot more pale than more pale than usual. And she's shaking slightly, but she stands there. I will not apologize because there is no apology sufficient for what has happened. Not that I am not apologetic, it's just words are meaningless before what you have just witnessed. I shall explain as best as I understand. That was my sister that you have seen.
You have a sister?
I guess.
Had a sister.
Oh.
Her name is Raven.
Wait, what was her name? Can you type it out?
Raven?
That's so Raven?
It is so Raven.
She... Yes, we are sisters, and sometimes she will manifest herself. Not always. When is the best time, and when she does, she is a raw force of nature, untamed and deadly.
It seems that protecting you is in her best interest, though.
Well, yes. I don't know exactly what the story is, but I think as long as I'm alive, then she can be alive, of sorts. But nevertheless,
Have you tried asking her what she wants?
that I think is none of your concern. What is your concern is your safety. And I have jeopardized it, and I cannot promise that she will not kill you.
And that's when Mythos pipes up. Well, that's a risk we're gonna have to take.
No, you cannot take it. I should go
You-
back to my shop.
We can plan around this if we know
You-
details.
You don't understand. We are kind of going into uncharted. Like, where we're going, everything is going to want to kill us.
But the last thing you need is some maniac at your back blasting you with spells. You need
Does it
someone
look
who can
like
heal
any of
you.
us? And
So we
Mythos is
just-
gonna say, does it look like any of us are mad about that?
That just means we have to not be standing in front of her.
Be angry. I have acted out of turn, and my sister was a danger to all of you.
What are you talking about? You acted in turn. It was your turn in the initiative order.
Well, that's beside the point.
Galarian, that's illegal.
Yes, please don't break the fourth wall.
Moreover, Lady Annabelle, we've got a job to do.
You have a job to do.
We,
Why would you?
because at this point, I think we're all in this together, and we all, and
Oh. Okay, so so things cut out, like crashed on me.
Oh,
So what was the last thing Annabelle said?
well, Celosia is in the middle of, because basically Annabelle's like, why would you insist on being in company with me, considering how dangerous and unpredictable this is? And Celosia was basically telling her why.
Okay.
Well, here's how I see it. We've all got the attention of this cult. We're all kind of in this together. Even if
All in this together.
Well, have you ever had a secret that you never wanted anyone to know?
Ha ha ha.
I pull out my spear. Does this answer your question?
It's me. I am the secret.
I hold up Vex. Like
I-
Simba from Lion King.
I suppose. I suppose you revealing yourself would be troublesome to you, wouldn't it? And
Problematic, yes.
that spear you carry has a lot of weight, doesn't it?
More than I know what to do with.
Made a fair point.
And then Amethys is going to say, there is one thing. You remember when we last talked? How I mentioned my family?
Yes.
Well, perhaps whenever we get to we somehow get near my old estate, I could show you my grave.
What did you just say?
As far as the legal papers and courts know, I'm dead. Little do they know. Someone else took my spot. Told me to run.
Annabelle just kind of looks down. Shaking.
We all have our secrets. Celosia got that weapon. Vex's very existence. And for me, it's my life.
I see. I misunderstood the company I was in. I'm sorry.
So
I
if
did not
anything,
realize.
This little motley crew we got, it's probably the best thing for any of us.
Looks up and she is fighting back tears. Because I misjudged all of you. In that case, I beg your forgiveness. Both for the actions of my sister and my doubt of all of you.
Mythos is gonna walk up and pull Annabelle into a hug.
She's going to act quite shocked.
You wouldn't have had these doubts without reason. I'm sure you've been hurt before.
And Mythos
And
is gonna,
thus the true ship is born.
and Mythos is gonna say,
There it is. I think that started
don't-
a few sessions ago.
and Mythos is gonna say, you don't need to apologize. After all, we all had our reasons. You had yours.
Well, thank you. I've never had anyone, well, very, very, very few people know about Raven's existence, and you were the first to have not, reacted so negatively to it. And perhaps if she is willing, if you could speak to her and ask her some questions yourselves.
I think I'm more interested in just not being in her line of fire again.
Nods. Yes.
But we can plan around that.
I'm sorry.
Mythos is gonna say, perhaps some other time.
I'm sorry I
Now-
didn't tell any of you about her. It's just I'd hoped she would never. I'd hoped this situation would never come to pass. But that's it. That's my great secret.
Also, apparently, a muffled banging can be heard from the room Annabelle came.
Yep.
Oh dear.
She turns around.
Did you hear that?
I didn't leave anything in there.
Also, at this point, Mythos is gonna release Annabelle from the hug.
I would like to get into position beside the door.
Going to grab a quick handkerchief and dab at her face and put it away, and she's going to straighten up and begin walking towards the door.
Mythos is going to get right in front of the door, like ready to open it.
Okay.
Annabelle
You
will knock.
continue to hear the muffled banging, but it doesn't seem to be somebody hitting the door. It seems to be something in the room.
Annabelle will knock on the door. Hello?
No response.
Mythos is gonna like turn his head, look at everyone, and then just say, "All right, I'm
Can
gonna
I
open
make
this
hang
door."
on, before we do this? Can I make a perception check to try and identify what's making that noise, at least like loosely?
Sure.
That's a 3 on the die. Nice.
Something in the room is banging.
So a total of 13.
Something in the room is banging.
Okay.
Can I make a perception check?
You can.
Excellent. I'm going to assume guidance. It makes very little difference because I rolled really low.
Assume that I know that you're assuming guidance, so stop saying it.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess a 14 doesn't yield me any useful information.
One higher than what I
Oh,
got.
wow, there seems to be banging coming from this room.
Oh man.
Very well.
All right, okay, I guess I'll do it.
Alright, prepare to breach.
Well, perception first. The dice love me today. That is a natural 20.
Oh.
Well,
If you recall from seeing the inside of this room for the brief second that the door was open, there was a broom closet in this room. And that is where the banging is coming from.
Oh god, they locked up the janitor.
It's sweeping time.
Wait, hold on. Why am I in the closet? Help.
what?
Ain't.
So,
Hang on, no. Satan wouldn't be trying to get out of the closet.
so what we're saying is we need to help the janitor come out of the closet. Then
Yes.
it's okay, janitor. We understand that sometimes some people in society view your views as aberrant, but come out of the closet. It's all right. We won't judge you.
Thank you.
And
Wait,
then
we need to
Zeke
come
was
out of the
the
closet.
janitor.
Anybody that
Okay,
opened
I'm
this
going
door
into the room.
okay.
Mythos is gonna open the door and then immediately beeline to the broom.
Okay.
I am going to pretend to be a chest just beside the closet door.
The broom closet banging is a lot less muffled when you're in the room.
Opening the broom closet.
A broom
I
falls
make a
out.
stealth check, don't
Gosh, finally! I've only been in here for years!
Wait, what came out?
Zeke
A
is-
broom!
Oh god, it's the brooms from Fantasia. We're in a Disney.
Oh god, it's sweeping time.
Hello.
When you say hello, do you reach for it or anything?
No, she looks down and sort of curtsies politely.
White woman, I like you.
Okay, where's this thing seen from?
That's for you to figure out. It's a broom. I'll leave it up to your imagination.
I? It is a mystery.
Are we perhaps imposing upon your place of residence?
Imposing? I was used and then shoved in a closet for 400 years.
Oh,
What could you possibly be imposing on?
well, I have not spoken to many brooms in my life, so I'm unaware of their customs.
I
and,
should hope not. There's all the brooms that deserve to die.
Oh,
To be frank, I didn't know brooms could talk.
might I inquire what your ire is with the other brooms?
I am the only talking broom. If another broom is talking or encroaching on my magical ability, it thus should die.
Oh, I see. You are
In
very
the event the
protective.
broom does talk, this broom urges you to disregard its advice.
I see you're quite passionate about your niche in life.
I should be. I was created as the only talking broom.
What about if a different kind of inanimate object talked?
Do I look like I am a ball or a doorknob? No, I'm a broom. What should I care if there are talking doorknobs?
I mean, we have a mimic that could probably transform into a broom.
It's,
I don't
going
think
to-
that's how mimics work.
I'm going to glare at Silesia.
what mimic? This is my chest.
No, I'm speaking out of character here.
Oh.
Well then, might I inquire your name? I'm Annabelle Farnsworth.
Mythos Yggdrasil.
I don't remember my name, you pillock. I've been in a closet for 400 years. I'm surprised I remember how to talk.
I like him.
We shall name him Mickey Mouse.
I am a woman.
We shall name her Mickey Mouse.
That's Minnie.
Well, madam.
No, it's like, we shall name her Mickey Mouse. I'm a woman. I know what I said.
Nerd.
Did I stutter?
Well, madam, are you able to move under your own power?
The broom flies. Like this? You wazzock? Of course I can fly. I'm a broom.
Oh.
Well then, should you like to leave the cathedral?
Oh, no shit. I've only been in a closet for 400 years. Do you need your ears checked?
I didn't realize you found a sailor's room.
Just
I
come
did
out
not
of the
expect
closet.
an object to clean. I did not expect something that would clean things have such a filthy mouth.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the
Well,
point.
that's what happens when you can't clean your own mouth and I'm trapped in a closet for 400
Gathers up all
years.
the dirt it cleans, of course. It's the dirtiest object.
I honestly don't know whether I like this or not.
Do you... What was the world like 400 years ago? If I may inquire.
I don't know. I saw the inside of a temple.
Very good. Well,
I can tell you the dirt looks the same.
some things remain consistent, it seems.
You're very
were
polite,
were
but
you
not too proud,
around?
are you?
So, out of
Where-
character question to the party. Annabelle's about to offer to just straight up let this broom leave. But do we want to ask it questions or anything like that?
Well, Mythos has got it. Mythos actually has a couple. Mythos going to ask. So, were you created while this place was still an active spot of worship?
It was created before this place was built. Specifically to clean this place.
Can you tell me how it was like while this place was still active?
Oh, I
I'm
don't know.
interested.
There was lots of footprints that I got to sweep every day. Everybody was all like, to some guy in the front, and they did prayers and stuff. And then 400 years later, nobody's around. And I get locked in a bloody closet.
Alina, you had something?
No.
Okay. Well,
Unfortunately, I think part of the reason why you've been stuck in that broom closet is because, well, the village outside, it's destroyed.
Village. There's a village?
Well, now we know exactly how old this village is compared to this building.
you said you were created before the cathedral, yes?
Yes.
And created for the explicit purpose of keeping it clean, correct?
Yes, which I would like to think I did a good job of. Before I was locked in the closet. For 400 years, mind you.
Who created
What?
you?
Some really powerful, like, magic guy. I think the others here worshipped him or something.
Do you happen to remember much of the brief glimpse you got of the world before the cathedral was built? Or, actually, do
It
you...
was a lot of trees. And dirt.
And there was lots of
And I
trees.
suppose
Because it's
grass.
warmer.
Are
Rocks
you...
and trees and water.
Well, did you see the cathedral get built?
Well, no, sir. I was here before it built to clean it. Did you? What would you think?
She shrugs. Well, this is why I ask these questions, because I simply don't know what to think.
Because you're not right.
Do you
I don't know
recall...
if you can tell how if a broom can look smug or not, but the broom is looking pretty smug.
Can you perhaps remember how the cathedral was built? Was it assembled overnight? Was it perhaps a long, laborious...
Overnight, you underestimate the power of these things. It was built in like a finger snap. If I had fingers, I could show you what that was.
Oh. Presumably by the same being that created you, then.
No, the worshippers.
Oh.
The being was perfectly content having his sermons outside.
Fascinating. It was the servants who created this place.
I suppose so.
Well. I suppose, we have taken enough of your time with, asinine questions. I don't want to speak for the group. Does anybody else have anything else?
Oh yeah, what's your phone number?
I suppose we've consumed enough of your time with asinine questions.
Yes.
Should you like to... Shall I hold the door open for you on your way out?
Decided I'm following you because I don't know what the outside world looks like. But I'm probably gonna get like eaten by a horrible octopus if I go by myself. So I'm following you.
Ah.
But don't you dare touch me. I won't clean nothing no more.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want to touch you anyway. Not something that's been sitting in filth for 400 years.
Oh.
The broom slaps you with the broomstick side, not the other side.
She takes it. Oh,
Grab it.
you talked about unintelligent responses. I would say that was the most unintelligent possible.
Don't get sassy with me.
I will get sassy with you as long as you are sassy with me. You started this war, and I shall see it
So I
finished.
suppose if we're traveling with it, there's no point in me hiding then.
I'm gonna go grab popcorn.
400 years old or not, you must learn respect and manners, or else you shall become kindling.
Yeah, I'd like to see you try, you Trixie.
He catches a grin. Are you sure you'd like to see me try?
Okay, I think we're just gonna stop right there. I don't want to get fireballed again today.
I'm sure we can do something more focused than that.
Certainly. Arguing with a piece of wood is a silly thing to do. We should probably, move on. We do have an important objective to accomplish.